Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Nurul Azifah Karamah with ID number 20400124007, and I made this video formally to complete the assignment 11 from study of morphology and syntax. Without any further ado, let's get started to question number 1. Question number 1. What is the function of the subject in a sentence and how can it be defined? And so the subject serves as the core element around which the entire sentence is built. Its main function is to indicate who or what the sentence talks about, making it anchor of the sentence meaning. In most cases, the subject is the entity that performs the action expressed by the verb, or the entity described by the rest of the sentence. Because of it, provide the starting point for interpretation. Identifying the subject helps uncover the basic structure and intention behind the sentence. In English, the subject usually precedes the verb, especially in the typical subject, verb, and object pattern. It often appears as a noun or noun phrase, though pronouns can also serve as subjects. To identify the subject, one might ask who or what performs the action, or who or what is being described. Whether simple or complex, the subject sets the direction of the sentence, and it's crucial for constructing a coherent and complete message. Question number 2. How does the predicate contribute to the meaning of a sentence? The predicate provides essential information regarding the subject by expressing the action, state, or condition associated with it. It is the component that moves the sentence forward by revealing what the subject does, experiences, or undergoes. The predicate always includes at least the verb, but it may also contain object, complements, and adverbials that clarify or expand the meaning of the action or state. By answering the question, what is being said about the subject, the predicate functions as a dynamic part of the sentence. It informs us whether the subject performs an action, is undergoing a change, or exists in a certain condition. The predicate may also show how the action occurs, where it takes place, or for what purpose. Thus, the predicate serves as the main carrier of meaning, shaping this sentence into a meaningful statement rather than fragmented idea. The question number 3 is, what is the difference between a direct object and an indirect object? The difference between direct object and indirect object lies in their relationship to the verb. A direct object is element that directly receives the action of a transitive verb. It answers the question what or whom after the verb. It is essential for verbs that require something to receive their action, because without it, the sentence would feel incomplete or semantically weak. And on the other hand, an indirect object, however, indicates the recipient of beneficiary of the action. Instead of receiving the action directly, it shows to whom or for whom the action is performed. This presence of both a direct and indirect object often occurs with verb expressing giving, sending, or offering. For example, the sentence, she gave him a gift. A gift is a direct object because it is the item being given, while him is the indirect object because he is the receiver of that gift. Distinguishing the two helps clarify the flow of action within the sentence. And question number 4, how do complements differ from adjuncts in the term of necessity within a sentence? The key distinction between complements and adjuncts lies in their necessity for completing the meaning of a sentence. A complement is required to finish or fulfill the meaning of certain verbs, adjectives, or subjects. Without a complement, these elements will remain incomplete or unclear. For example, linking the verbs such as be, seems, or become require a complement to describe or identify the subject. Similarly, some verbs demand an object or additional phrases to make the action meaningful. And also adjuncts, by contrast, are optional components that adding an extra detail but are not needed to make the sentence structurally or semantically complete. They might provide information about time, place, manner, reason, or circumstance. Their presence enriches the sentence by adding context or descriptive depth, but removing them does not damage the core meaning. Because of this, adjuncts are flexible in placement while complements follow stricter positional rules. Understanding this difference is essential for distinguish obligatory sentence components from those that merely change clarity and vividness. And finally, we go to the question number 5. What roles do modifiers play in adding detail to nouns, verbs, or entire clauses? So, modifiers play an essential role in depending and clarifying the meaning of a sentence by providing specific detail about nouns, verbs, adjectives, or even whole clauses. They function to make language more precise, descriptive, and engaging. Various forms of modifiers appear in sentence, each serving a distinct function. And adjective modifiers describe qualities of a noun, helping specify aspects such as size, color, shape, or other characteristic. Adverb modifiers clarify how, when, and where, or the what extent an action occurs, making the verb's meanings more precise. Prepositional phrase modifiers supply contextual information such as location or time, which guides the reader's understanding of events. Relative clauses modifier nouns with additional information that identifies or describes them, often beginning with a pronouns like who, which, or that. By refining the information with a sentence, modifiers help avoid vague or ambiguous statements. They give depth of description, making them more informative vivid. However, modifiers must be placed correctly to avoid confusion or unintended meanings. Okay, maybe that's all from my explanation. Sorry if I made some mistake. So, thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.